Go.
Today we're going to be making Weihnachten
Stollen in Schroth's German Bäckerei.
of Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
In Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
This is our first video, so don't laugh too hard. This recipe has been in the family since 1924. It was passed down by our great uncle to my grandfather, which is my mother, who was 87. Her father was a baker, and he taught my mother how to make it. My mother taught my father to make it. He made it many years. And then she taught me how to make it a number of years back, and we have made it every year. And
with the help of Uncle Helmut.
Okay, he helped as well.
He had the recipe too.
Okay. And we usually crank out 20 or 30 of these things every year.
He does.
And give them away to people that just go gaga over them.
For Christmas presents.
Anyway, it's a sweet Christmas bread from Germany. You can buy it Dresden Sturman. This is not Stollen. This is not a commercial, but you can pay 50 or 60 bucks, so you can make one at home. And it has flour in it, and it has raisins and candied fruit, which has lots of brandy in it.
Brandy and rum.
That's the first thing that was done, is the raisins, light raisins and candied fruit. Now the raisins are dark because they just happen to be dark right now. Sometimes they're light, sometimes they're dark. And we put brandy in, and you have to drink a little bit of the brandy too while you're working.
I didn't get any.
Oh, we get some of it. And this needs to sit for a couple of hours to marinate and do that. And also put in almond extract as well into the raisins and the candied fruit to give it extra flavor. In addition, later on we'll use almond paste that we put on the inside. It calls for flour and eggs and butter that's been softened to room temperature and sugar, and we put yeast in it. We let it rise once, and then we knock it down, it rises again, and form it into the Stollen. All the ingredients need to be weighed out. So we use a scale and a cup that has no weight, that we weigh everything out because it has to be weighed. This flour varies in weight depending upon the humidity in the air. A half a pound of flour to make what you call a sponge. Exactly half a pound. And a bowl. We're going to heat 1 cup of milk to 110 degrees. I'm going to check it to make sure it's 110. And in that we're going to put 7½ or 8 teaspoons of yeast. Now I previously tested the yeast to make sure it was good. So this has to be mixed up good. Then we're going to take this when it's dissolved. We're going to pour it into the half a pound of flour that we have here. And we'll mix it all up like this.
And I noticed you did not sift the flour, so...
Flour did not need to be sifted, right?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. We have a nice, what we call a sponge here, of flour in the bowl. And we'll just lay this in here. We're going to cover it with a towel and put it in a preheated oven. That's just warm. Now we're going to let this rise until it's double in bulk. Into the oven it goes. Nice, somewhat warm oven, not too hot, until it rises. We're going to set the timer for 30 minutes to allow the sponge to rise in just a warm oven, not hot. We're going to take the sponge out and see if it has risen. It needs to double in bulk, which I think it has done. As we can see, oh yes, it has doubled in bulk, so that's excellent. And then to this mixture, we're going to put in the 2 room temperature eggs. We're going to add our quarter pound of butter, which is half the butter that's going into it.
So how many sticks of butter is that?
That's 1/4 pound, 1 stick of butter.
Okay.
We're going to add a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon and a half of salt, a teaspoon of cardamom. I'm going to mix all that up. I'm going to put our flour in, which is the other pound, 1 pound weighed out on the scale. And we have a 1/4 cup of sugar, a 1/4 pound of sugar that we're going to put in as well.
Nice.
Very carefully weighed.
Which?
I'm going to just mix this up gently until it gets all nicely homogenized. It's one other thing we forgot to put in. We need a teaspoon of vanilla extract, a teaspoon of lemon extract we're going to put in. This is nicely mixed together now. Now we're going to take all the fruit that has been sitting here for about 4 hours in the brandy and the almond extract. I'm going to put all that in as well. And turn that into here. A little patient with it. Now everything, all the ingredients need to be at room temperature at least. Nothing cold out of the refrigerator. We have this nice mixture there. And we're going to just turn that out for 1 moment into another bowl. Like this. I'm going to flour the bottom of this bowl here so that the mixture does not stick while it's rising. We don't want to inhibit its ability to rise in any way. Just drop it in there nicely. And we're going to take our towel, cover it up again, and we're going to put it back in our moderate oven, which is probably maybe 120 degrees at the very most. In fact, the thermometer is reading. Okay, we allowed the Stollen to rise in the oven. I had said half an hour to an hour, depending upon the yeast and the temperature and the oven. That can vary. So we ended up leaving it in for an hour and 15 minutes to get it to rise nicely, and it looks beautiful how it rose. So, as you can see here, it rose nicely. So what we're going to do now, this is quite controversial in the family, I'm going to divide this physically into 4 pieces. We're going to make 4 Stollen out of this. There are those that say you have to weigh it. I'm not in the school of those that say you have to weigh it. Throw a little flour here down on the counter because we've got to do some rolling and folding to get it to
Water melted butter.
Butter is all ready. Mother has given me advice. She did teach me how to do it, but at this point she's not allowed to give advice. No, she is.
I'm just sitting in a chair watching.
Okay. Said, you want some more brandy, Mother? Keeps us working very well. Okay, we have our rolling pin here. Throw a little flour over the top. What we want to do is we want to keep this from sticking. We don't want to overflour it. We roll it a couple of times. We're rolling it like that. And then we're going to fold this like this. And then we're going to roll it like this. That's 2 times. And then we're going to fold it again. Make sure we're not sticking to the counter here. And we're going to roll it a 3rd time. Like this. And I'm going to fold it 1 more time. Okay. And then we're going to roll it like this. Just like that. Make it a little wide like that. So we're going to basically get twice the shape of what we want when we're done. Now, we're going to take our butter and we're going to butter this up. We have a 1/4 pound of butter we've melted very lightly. And put it on the inside like this. And we're going to, this is sugar and cinnamon mixture. Be very generous because everybody likes lots of it. Now, here's the next thing we do here. This is almond paste, which you saw the can earlier. I rolled it up into 2 pieces of plastic wrap. Then I cut it with a pizza cutter, like this. And we're going to do another controversial thing. There are those of us that like it, has a big long strip inside, and there are those that don't want it in there at all. And quite frankly, for those that don't want it in there at all, they don't have to eat any. Because the rest of us like it with it in there. Now we're going to fold this, well, this is the side that's kind of ragged, so we're going to fold this way, just like that. And we're going to butter it some more. The butter is a very important aspect of this. And more sugar on it, cinnamon, like that. And we're going to move this onto parchment paper on a pan, like that. It has to be on parchment paper or it will not work. That one. Okay, we'll fold that over. I'm going to pick it up. Put it on there. And we're going to butter it up again. Set this to the side. We're going to do 2 more. And these have to rest 10 minutes before they go into the oven at 350 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes. You have to pay attention to it. We have now allowed the Stollen to rest for 10 minutes after they've been prepped. Nice butter on it and the sugar and cinnamon, and now we're going to pop them into the oven at 350 degrees for 20 minutes. Now I'm using only one oven tonight instead of 2 ovens, so we're going to rotate them after 10 minutes from shelf to shelf, and then we will check them in 20 minutes to see how they do. We are ready to look at these. They have been in there for 23 minutes. They've been quite ready at 20 minutes. Go to 23 minutes, we'll take the 2 pans out, and they look very lovely. They have risen right here, they're nice and warm. They have risen again in the oven. And we're going to do them up now with some more butter and some more cinnamon sugar. So I'll get lots of this on there, all these little crevices. This one. Fill these cracks up with butter, cinnamon, and sugar. And then we're going to cut the paper and remove these from the pan so they don't get overcooked from the bottom. Just like this here. This next one. They look good. Cool a little while. I'm going to chow into them.